Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19, and welcome back to Greenwich Valley. Oh, a lot has happened since the last episode. Right, so we are bailing in. This is field 32. It's going to take me a minute to remember all these, but this is field 32. It is field 32. We've got almost all of the bales. We've got almost all of the straw gathered up and baled. And this is ill will hand stacking. There's no auto load on this trailer. Man, I do not like stacking bales. I know some people do. I don't hate it. I'm not very good at it. Takes me a while. I swapped out the bale spike. I had the Paladin bale spike on our skid steer, and what I noticed about it is the two outside spikes. There's 3 spikes on it, and the 2 outside spikes are actually wider than the widest part of a round bale. And so what happens is when you're trying to get the bales very close together, if you bring it in right next to the other bale, one of those spikes will inevitably poke into the bale next to it, and then all hell breaks loose. It's just a scene, man. It's a proper scene. I don't know if you saw this last episode, but this is the Broen bale trailer, and just went with the Ford blue, the New Holland blue. We're going to have a lot of blue on this map. So that's what's going on here. Let me show you a couple other things in the yard, and then we'll get started today. Also, was doing some thinking about seasons, and I have a fix. I believe I have a fix. No promises, no guarantees, but I believe I have a fix to our conundrum as to whether or not we want to keep really working this map seriously, knowing that seasons is going to be here in just about 1 week. This is a Thursday episode of Farm Sim, and Seasons, I believe, is going to drop next Wednesday, which means I will be able to install it, activate it, and record an episode with Seasons for next Thursday, 1 week from today. Right, field 33. It did take, with our 3-meter subsoiler on the Ford T-Dub, it did take almost exactly 90 minutes to do this entire field. I'm okay with that. And I'll tell you why. 90 minutes, a session for me, a farm sim session, is between 1 and 2 hours. And we have enough tractors, and these fields are square enough, fairly square, that we can get one worker going on this field, we can get another worker going on another field, right? And in an hour or two, however long a session may be for me, it will allow that worker to complete their task, right? So I think we're going to be okay with 3 and 4 meter equipment. I think we may move up to 6 meter at some point, but I don't know that we're ever going to go any bigger than that. And I realize that might be a little bit slow play, but I try to play realistically, and I think on a farm this size in real life with fields this size, you would not be much bigger than 3 or 4 meter, and definitely not bigger than 6, in my opinion. Like I said, I haven't spent a lot of time on real farms in my life, but that's just my estimation. Also, I had me an epiphany. I had me a genuine realization. So I came in here and I tried to pick up one of these pallets with our skid steer, and of course, it did a stoppie, nose wheelie, all hell broke loose. And I thought, oh, Giants, you and your physics, what are you doing? And then I realized we were running the mass, the fill type mass adjustment, and I got to thinking, does that only adjust fill in a trailer, or does it adjust all fill types on the entire map? Because if it does, that means that our 1,000-liter pallets of lime or fertilizer are actually 2,000 liters. And that's one of those things, it's like, it's only another ton. Yeah, it's only another ton. So I deactivated that, and we're going to see how it works for the time being. I do enjoy feeling the weight when you're pulling a trailer by having the mass adjusted, having it doubled, but let's see how we do without it, because I suspect that could be causing some of the problems that I'm having with bale physics and pallet physics and some other things. So we'll see. You can also see we swapped out our little galvanized plain Jane trailer for a Marshall trailer. The reason I did that is that trailer had 2 invisible collisions on the front and back. I believe they were legacy of the silage walls that you can install on that trailer. Now that trailer is by 4D Modding, and they are a fantastic crew. I mean the other one, the galvanized one, not this Marshall. That other trailer we had is by 4D Modding, and they are a fantastic crew. They do very, very solid work. And I have to believe that a little error like that, if it has not already been corrected, it will be soon. The thing is, they distribute their work through Facebook, and I don't have the Facebook. I stay away from it. So I need to wait until somebody flips me a link to that. And when they do, I'm sure it'll be a V1.1 and everything will be sorted out and good to go. But for the meantime, rather than going into Giants Editor and taking care of it myself, I just went ahead and got this Marshall. I think it fits. I think it fits on this map. It is 22,000 liter, 16,000 liter. I don't know. And it was either blue or red. I don't want to be too blue. You know what I'm saying? I don't want every single piece of equipment we have on the farm to be blue. But it was either blue or red, and red just really didn't work at all right. One more thing. We bought field 42, which is this field just to the south of our yard. And the reason I bought it is it was full of barley. It was ready to be harvested. And that sort of ties in with the solution that I came up with for seasons. And I'll tell you about it as we're driving over there, because we're already starting to harvest that. We've got our TC 5.90 over there working away, and it's full, so we need to go get it emptied and put it back to work. And we're going to come up this way again. We're going to bale a little bit. We're going to stack a little bit, and I think that could be the end of the episode. We'll see how we're doing on time. So here's what I figured out for seasons. When you start seasons, when you activate seasons, it doesn't matter where you are on your map as far as the status of the fields. Seasons will reset everything to the first day of spring, and all your fields will be harvested and down to stubble, down to nothing. So I thought, why don't we just, I don't want to say role play, that's a little too strong a word for it. Why don't we just try to get to the end of fall in this current iteration of the map, right? Without seasons, why don't we just say it's fall and just bring everything in for harvest, right? Get all our straw baled up and sold, right? Does that make sense? And then when we start seasons next week, it will be as though it's the first day of spring. Does that make sense? I think it does. And I think it's a good way to, I mean, we're covered either way. If we can't use this save game, if we have to start a new save game, then I'll just buy all this equipment again and bring it over, and it will be the first day of spring. If we can use this save game, it will still be the first day of spring. I think it's a good fix, and I think it's going to work. But we shall see. As always, we shall see. So as far as buying this field, and I can tell you while it's unloading. So our goal is that this little farm where we are on the west side of the map is going to be our arable farm. And then I want to work up, get enough money to buy the dairy farm on the east side of the map. And that's going to be our dairy operation, grass, silage, etc. So I started thinking about these fields over here on the west side of the map. I thought, why don't we plant these with grass, right? Why don't we get some silage going? Because you make so much money so fast. It's true, you do. But this is our arable farm, right? I don't necessarily want to be doing grass work over here, and I also don't want to buy the equipment. Now, we could lease it, but we need to get mowers and rakes, and we have a baler, but we would need to get a bale wrapper because we don't own the BGA, so we couldn't sell chaff, we couldn't sell grass that we had gathered up. We would need to get it into silage bales and then take those to the barn and sell them. And I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get hung up on realistic play to the point where we don't have fun anymore. But I do want to play realistically. Let me make sure everything's good here. Everything is good here. Put this on a worker. Go. Beautiful. Off they go. And we are making straw swath. Are we? We sure are. Fantastic. So I want to keep this an arable farm, and because we're not really going to be planting anything anyway, right? If the choice was, do we plant grass or do we plant canola or soybeans, right? What should we do? What should we do? We don't really have to do anything because we're not going to plant after we get this straw baled up. We're not going to plant. We're going to wait and see what seasons does before we plant anything. If we did plant when we started seasons, assuming we could use this save game, when we started seasons, it would wipe everything out anyway. So that is the plan in the broad strokes, and we'll see how it all works out. It won't. It won't. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's half the fun of this sim for me, is that things always, there's always something. And I guess it's a perspective thing. If you look at it from one angle, it's like, oh, damn it, now I got to fix that. And if you look at it from another perspective, it's an opportunity to solve a problem. It is. Oh, hey, and I thought but there's one last thing. I thought of this when we pulled in here. I wanted to pull in the dark, right, with all the lights on that Flegel low trailer. Oh, it's going to be awesome. And I forgot there's all these lights on this farm. Where are they? There we are. There's all these lights on this farm. And we could have been pulling into a brightly lit yard. And that would have been just fantastic. So the next time that it's evening or dusk on this farm, I will make a point of turning on these lights, because this FS19 really does look good at night. It really does. There are some bright spots. See that? A little bit of a thing there, a little pun. There are some bright spots on this version of the franchise, and one of them is the night lighting. I think it really, really looks good. So that's all I got for you. Let's make, we're probably going to make 2 or 3 more bales. 3 or 4? Yeah, 3 or 4 more bales. I'll get those gathered up. And I think that sort of brings us to the end of fall, at least on camera. I'll need to do all the baling and stacking on field 34, but I'll do that off camera because there's a ton of it. We haven't even finished harvesting it yet, so we've got a ways to go there. And by the time we meet again, Tuesday, we will do... You want to close out fall? My voice just started going away there. Hang on, coffee time. We are going to record an episode on Tuesday. And when we do, we can do this farm and finish up fall proper, right? Or if you'd like, we can... Let's get some cruise control set here. Right there. Right there. Or if you'd like, we can do a map tour of one of the other German maps that I got. There's one in particular that I was talking about at last episode of Greenwich Valley. It's got a kind of a gritty look to it, which I find to be not typical of German maps, or at least maps made by German map makers. And it's cool. It really is. It's not something that I think I've seen a whole lot of. It almost looks like a Polish map, which is funny because... for me, like the 3 levels of grit, you've got German maps on one end. They have 0 grit. They're perfect, right? It's like Fantasyland. And then on the other side, you have Polish maps that look like Chernobyl, right? Everything's all blown out, concrete, very blighted, right? And then right in the middle, you have UK-style maps, which have some grit and some clutter, but it doesn't look like the apocalypse, right? And it seems like that's a style. And when I say that, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to people from Poland. There's nothing wrong with Poland. But you got to admit that Polish maps very often tend to look a little bit, So I find UK maps to be right in the middle of that equation, and to see a German map that is in the middle as well, for me, is that's a cool thing. So maybe we'll do just a single one-off map tour of one of those German maps, because there may not be anything else to do here on Greenwich without getting into essentially spring, right? We're not running seasons, so there's no winter. Without seasons, you just go directly from harvest to planting, but we're not going to plant. So I'll think about it over the weekend and decide what I want to do. If you have any input on that, of course, you're more than welcome to send it my way, either as a comment in the video, or if you want to hit us up on Discord. Link for that is in the description below. I'm still not used to saying that, and I don't know if I ever will be. It's an odd thing to have a YouTube channel. It really is. I mean, I understand that, like, everybody's got them. My good friend of mine, he's got a kid, like 8 years old. He's got a YouTube channel. I know. Everybody's got one. It's like having a Facebook page. Everybody's got one. I know. It's not that big a deal, but it's still a weird thing to think about, that I should be working right now, and instead I'm playing a tractor game and making videos and posting them on the internet. Oh, what a world, what a world. But what can you do? Right. So we're going to get, looks like at least 2. This thing might fill a third time. Yeah, it should. It should. Be fantastic if it filled up just as we got to the end of the row. That would be stellar. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Alright, 60%. Maybe. No, I don't think we're going to make it. Maybe. No, I don't think we're going to make it. Maybe. No, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. It's okay. And I see a couple little scrub bits over here. Oh, are we going to make it? No. No. Oh, game. Oh, fantastic. Right at the end of the row. Right there. There you go. So I'm actually going to lift that. Empty that. Go forward. Nope. Turn that off. There you go. I'm going to put this out in the yard to get it out of the way. Because we will be taking this over to field 34. I'm taking it over to bale. All right. Park this up right here, sort of out of the way. Set the brake. Leave it running. It has been doing work. Let's go get these other 3 bales. We'll call it a day. So yeah, what else is going on? You know, I'm seeing a lot of really good mods dropping, and I'm wondering if those were not mods that were either intended for or entered in the mod contest, and for one reason or another they were not accepted, not used. Uh-oh. Hang on. Gotta run. Hopefully the pipe is on the right side. Man, that thing filled up fast, did it not? How many rows did it do? Right. Hup. And I think it's just about to turn the wrong way. Brake is off. Yeah, you know what? We'll grab it and just back it up. No worries. So, yeah, a bunch of mods that they seem to be of a higher quality than the typical, I don't know. What would you say the percentage of good mods to crap is? If I can get this thing quick enough. I can get it before it even starts. Oh! So close. So close. Right. So we go there. Now we got straw out in the middle of nowhere. Turn the beacons off. Put her in gear. Set the brake. Oh, run into the header. I don't know what the percentage of good mods to bad mods is. I would say 5% of total mods are really stellar. All right? 5% total. Of the remaining 95%, I would say probably 45% are okay, but could definitely use improvement, or, you know, you got to take it into Giants Editor yourself and fix a couple things. And then the remaining 50% are just absolute trash. They are bad conversions. They're or unconverted, where somebody just swapped over the desk version and left everything else the same. It doesn't even open. FPS killers, you know. So statistically, you're rolling the dice when you download a mod as to whether or not it will even be usable at all. And then of the ones that are usable, it's about, 9 to 1 that it's going to be an okay mod, but it's not going to be anything spectacular. It's not going to be anything amazing. So what I'm saying is, lately I've seen more what I would describe as amazing mods dropping, and the proximity, the temporal proximity to the mod contest makes me wonder if those are not mods that were designed for or intended for, there we go, the mod contest. And either they got rejected or for some reason disallowed, and the mod maker then went ahead and put them up on a different mod site or whatever. I'm curious about that, because there does seem to be kind of a dearth, kind of a glut of good mods dropping the past week or 10 days. and we'll bring some of those in. A lot of them are German or would be more appropriate on a German map, so I don't know that we can definitely bring all of them in. But some of them for sure we will bring onto Greenwich Valley. And I'm talking with my squad, and we're trying to figure out what map to multiplayer. Man, we've been trying to figure out multiplayer for 3 months now, 4 months, and there are several. Let's get in the right way. Let's get in right here. There's several factors, several things that need to be considered. One of them is timing, getting everybody to the same place at the same time. And, it's a new world. And we got time zone. It's fascinating. It used to be if you wanted to play video games with your buddies, well, they lived down the street from you. Maybe they lived across town. They didn't live on the other side of the planet. Time zones were not an issue, You just grab yourself a 6-pack or a bottle of wine on the way to your buddy's house and go play some games. But now it's, my prime time to play games might be the middle of the night for you or vice versa. So coordinating that, getting everybody to the same place at the same time is tricky enough. And then also sorting out sound. And there must be a way to do it because I know people do it. But trying to figure out how I can... Beautiful. Get on there. Trying to figure out how I can use my Blue Yeti for my audio and capture game audio is tricky because I'm using, I have my audio capture happens on an entirely different machine. I've got my Blue Yeti plugged into a Cakewalk on another laptop, and then I record everything and synchronize it in post-processing, as they say. But what that means is when we're in MP and I'm talking, the people I'm talking to are hearing my headset mic. And get over there. Get over there. See this? You see this fella on the right causing a ruckus? There he is. Out of the way. Moment. Concentrating. There we are. I want that to be a little bit more forward. Get in there. Right there. Right there. There you go. So I've got one app capturing game audio, and because we would be talking on Discord, that would also be capturing Discord audio and my voice via my headset mic, but then my Blue Yeti would be capturing my audio on another machine. And if I didn't have those two perfectly synchronized, you see what I'm saying? So essentially what I need is a way to cancel my headset mic only on the game capture that I'm doing on my gaming laptop, and then I will mix in, right? And it can be done. Anything can be done. It's just a question of figuring out how. And at the moment, I have not figured out how, but my headset mic is not very good. I mean, it's a headset mic, and it's what I was using when I started the channel. Thought it was okay in hindsight, Let's do this. Let's put this here for now, right? One slot in. Are we? No. Are we? Wow, we're not tall enough? Oh, man. We need a telehandler for this? Oh, dear. Okay. Well, okay. Moment. Let's see if we can do this. Does this help? Maybe. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that looks like it helps a ton. Okay. So if we just get it as low as possible. Now, here's the tricky bit. Is this going to work? Oh. Fantastic. All right. And there it stays. So that's another problem to solve, and I haven't solved it yet. But when I do, that's going to be a thing. So that is everything that's going on as far as farm stuff, farm sim stuff, and I'll keep you posted on the rest. But look for, I mean, we'll definitely do a video on Tuesday. I just don't know where or how. You know, as far as what the map will be. Get up there. What the map will be in that video, but we'll figure something out. Right. So this is coming together. I will. Do you even want to prep this field? Should we? I don't know. I feel like it's just out of habit. I want to, but I don't know what. Ooh, but I don't know what Seasons is going to do, and I don't even know if we can use this save game. So let's. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Like it grew there. Like it was born to be there. So we get this thing back out of the way. Yeah, we'll just leave it here for now. Set the break. I'm going to run over here, throw some straps on these. Looks like we can get one more in there to the right up top. So I think we're good to go. I think we are good to go. We're going to hop in here, clip through the bales, reset our straps, and that is us done, folks. Thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 19. This is Greenwich Valley. We'll see you next time. Take care now.